It's been a wild day so far. Um, on Kita Testnet, we have a bunch of certificates being made, and they're throwing all kinds of currency around. So Testnet looks bullish. Mm, Bitcoin just dropped to new lows. Extreme fear in the markets. It is a crazy world we live in. 53 prior cases. 2020 arson conviction. You gotta be kidding me. They let this dude out. He's been convicted 53 prior times, including an arson charge. Burned this girl on the train station and it was captured on video. I'm not gonna play it, but like you're kidding. Bitcoin fell more than 6%. Fucking I guess James Wynn was alright, he was right. Could probably fall a lot further. I don't have any Bitcoin at the moment, so I sold mine when it was up at like 125. I bought. I had to take care of some things and kind of bailed out on Bitcoin until I can see the bottom here for sure. Uh, my portfolio consists of mostly Kita Network and Edel Finance right now. They're two kind of new startups. Um, I don't have a whole lot, but I do believe in the projects. Uh, I think they're going to be rather valuable in the long term with the stable coins and the legislation they're going to pass here soon. Uh, maybe, but the arrested and put on trial, and there's seditious behavior punishable by death. This is what Trump was saying. Uh, Democrats are they're playing this. It's Democrats are urging troops to defy unlawful commands. He's calling for a trial. That might hold things up. They only got till like January to sign another. We're gonna have another government shutdown at some point. So if they can't get along and pass some legislation, and now they're having problems with this. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen after Christmas? The jobs report looked better than normal. Uh, AI created a bunch of jobs. Uh, we got a congressman with the pudgy penguins. Google just launched Gemini 3.0. Looks like the just leverage getting flushed and weak projects dying. Bear markets don't have new ETFs launching and ecosystems hitting revenue records. Yeah, got a point. Got a point. They had Kita X Spaces yesterday, some updates on Kita. They just launched that fiat anchor, or they're about to launch this fiat anchor. They're doing an update on the base anchor to get ready for the fiat flow. On-chain KYC certificates have launched, uh, which they're playing around with on the testnet. If you look on the testnet, they're making an absolute boatload of these, and they're testing all kinds of different currencies, swapping back and forth between them. So it should be real soon. Uh, Ensuring that all on-ramped fiat remains fully compliant within the Kita network and laying the initial foundation for regulated real-world payments on-chain. I know they said something about capturing even a portion of the $9 to $11 trillion that goes cross-border payments daily, on a daily. Like Grok said, it was like anywhere from 9 to 11.7 trillion daily. So even capturing a fraction of that would be huge. Um, I believe they are in the best position to capture some of that. The Edel finance, I don't know so much about besides RWAs and tokenization and stock trading and lending, and I'm not sure how they've got it all set up. I know I'm way more, yeah. Will the Chiefs make the playoffs? I really hope so. 5-5. Uh, can only hope. death penalty can be appropriate for treason in extreme cases, as it constitutes the gravest betrayal of the nation, levying war against it or aiding enemies, which the U.S. Constitution, Article 3, and the federal law 18 U.S.C. 2381 explicitly authorizes as punishment. You know, you fuck around, you find out, man. You fuck around, you find out. Uh, uh, you want to tell the military to disobey orders. I don't want to be the judge of that case right there. That's for sure. I mean, are they urging seditious behavior? It sounds like it to me. But the way that they go about it, arguably. But why would you say? I mean, telling the military to obey orders from the commander in chief, or to not obey orders from the commander in chief, should definitely be looked at. I really don't think that they should have done that. Um, as far as Gavin Newsom and uh, Fetterman, I mean, I can see why they'd be a little pissed, but at the same time, call off your fucking boys, man. They're doing stupid shit. You don't do that. You don't call for the military to not follow orders. There's unlawful orders. Unlawful orders. That's where the Democrats be playing games, man. They are. They're trying to set a trap with that. I definitely think it should be investigated. Oh yeah. I don't know. What are y'all afraid of? I mean, as far as the jobs report we got the other day, the way Elon be talking, man, we're all gonna have robots and fucking Teslas in the future that drive all of us. That's 4 times safer than any human driving. So, like, I mean, and it is arguably the best time in human history to be alive right now, especially to be in America. That's one thing I really don't understand is the cryptocurrency space is getting shaken out, but they're all talking about these stimulus packages that are coming next year. Stimulus, stimulus for America. Anybody making like under a certain amount, probably under like 80K, which is definitely me. I sure as fucking ain't making that much money. I'm still trying to recover after these hurricanes. I still haven't got my job back. They're still trying to build the hotels back up on the beach. It's been over a year, so we're waiting. It's a waiting game. Just trying to keep things together for now. But hello, kid. It's hot in here. I know. Will the Chiefs make the playoffs? I sure hope so. The new Borderlands just dropped today. The new Borderlands season or whatever, the Christmas one. I'll hopefully play some of that later. Maybe I'll stream on Twitch later. Definitely interesting. I find it very interesting. It's been looking super bullish, man. I hope so. As long as Kramer shuts up, or he says Bitcoin's going down. Yeah. uh, oh, no shit. Snow in Borderlands. Yeah, definitely gotta play. We definitely gotta play. Definitely gotta play. I'll be on Twitch later. I know Department of Homeland Security posted something. They say here. This one. Rent is too high. There are tens of millions of criminal aliens in our country. Groceries cost too much. And there are tens of millions of illegal aliens in our country. There aren't enough jobs. There are tens of millions of illegal criminals in our country. Women do not feel safe walking down the street. There are tens of millions of criminal illegals in our country. Traffic is terrible. There are tens of millions of criminal aliens in our country. Healthcare is expensive. Tens of millions of criminal aliens in our country. Welfare spending is through the roof. There are tens of millions of criminal illegals in our country. I can't afford a car. There are tens of millions of criminal aliens in our country. Car insurance is obviously going up because there are so many people driving around. But obviously, like the situation in Florida where the truck driver killed 3 people on the highway. That and they had a terrorist they found in Kansas that was driving around with CDL. Like, yeah, there are tens of millions of illegals in our country. There probably shouldn't fucking be. Personally, I've experienced this myself as a chef, and I've worked with hundreds of immigrants from all over the world, working at the airport, working in wherever, like there's just all kinds of different people. People from Micronesia, Ethiopia, Sudan, Myanmar, Mongolia. I mean, I work with people from all over the fucking place. And over the past, over the Biden administration, when I was a chef and I was hiring, We went through a third-party staffing company, and it was terrible. Through the Biden administration was terrible for hiring and finding anybody that was worth anything, that wouldn't steal anything, that wasn't bolted to the floor. It was a nightmare. Count my steaks every night because they're trying to steal my steaks. Man, all these problems, a simple answer. I think you're goddamn right. We need to have people that want to be here in this country, and not just to send money back home to their family because their country's debasing their currency faster than ours. Uh, no. Epstein files. Epstein files were released. Should be fun. Plug that shit into ChatGPT there next month and figure out what the hell's really going on. One freak kitten. Locked into the background. That's some of what we got for today. I'm stoked for Keto Network to launch this shit. Says in laboratory experiments, researchers exposed two human cell lines, skin fibril, fetal lung something, fibrillase, to 100 something concentration of psilocybin, and the results striking. Lungs looked 57. They lived 57% longer to reach replicative sequencing, the point at which cells permanently stop dividing and accumulate damage, while skin extended their replicative span by 51%. Studies suggest psilocybin may slow fundamental cellular aging processes, possibly by lowering oxidative stress, enhancing DNA repair pathways, supporting health, and dampening chronic inflammation, mechanisms that overlap with these targeted by leading experimental longevity drugs. I like mushrooms. Do all the research on mushrooms that you can. Psilocybin, um, cubensis, sciensis. I love mycology in general. Mushrooms are great. Um, I know, what's his name? Uh, Mike Johnson. That's it, Mike Johnson. He's doing the longevity thing. He's trying to make everybody live longer. He's doing a couple experiments with mushrooms, doing like 5 grams 3 times or 3 times a month or once a month for 3 months or something. It's been interesting to watch that. I do Luke Bellmeyer's cheering him on too. I dig it. I do need to sit down and finish this book though. Really, let me do this. Read this in the ancient Egyptian language. Okay, let's on both sides here. Sacred mushroom. Since the dawn of history, man has attempted to relate the seen and the unseen worlds. In ancient Egypt, the sacred mushroom, known as botanist and Amedia muscaria, was used in an elaborate and mystical ceremony to foretell the future and to project the mind into the metaphysical world. In recent years, this amazing plant has again become the object of intensive scientific observation, resulting in many exciting and often baffling discoveries. Written by one of America's leading authorities in parapsychology and the extrasensory perception, the sacred mushroom is the fascinating account of Dr. Puharich, his own investigation of the Amandia muscara. He describes the vivid detail his extraordinary association with Harry Stone, a young sculptor of usually acute extrasensory perception, who, in a number of occasions, spontaneously sent into a deep trance state and then began to speak and write in the Egyptian language, identifying himself as Rahotep, a high-born Egyptian who lived 4,600 years ago. He defined a long ritual of the sacred mushroom and its astonishing effects upon the human consciousness. But the story did not end with Rahotep's revelations, for during his second for during this period, Dr. Puharich and his colleagues were actually guided to the discovery of a splendid specimen of the extremely rare Amatia muscaria growing in the Maine woods less than a mile from the laboratory. The story of this eerie find is recorded here in all its thrilling detail. In addition to Puharich, has written a brilliant summary of the role of the sacred mushroom in his story, Myth and Religious Experience. So, Dr. Puharich is an American of Yugoslavian descent. He took his medical degree at Northwestern University in 1947, began to investigate extrasensory perception. He founded a research cove in Maine and designed it to build a special Faraday cage, a copper-sheathed double box, which enabled him to isolate a sensitive within an electrical field that determines that the electricity was a significant aid in the study of ESP. So, oh, let's look up who this guy is. Uh, just because we can. All right. Hmm, UHAR. He died in 1995. medical and parapsychological researcher, medical inventor, physician, and author, known as the person who brought Israeli Uri Geller and Dutch-born Peter Hurukos to the United States for scientific investigation. So he was born in Chicago, one of 7 children. He was immigrated from Austria-Hungary Empire. Uh, let's see. So he's a captain in the Army Medical Corps. Presenting papers on the possible military usefulness of paranormal phenomena. During that time, he was in and out of Inglewood research laboratories at Fort Detrick, the Pentagon CIA Naval Intelligence. He claimed he wrote Tesla was contacted several times by extraterrestrials. That's interesting. Two of the most famous poor-rich 50-plus patients were devices or patents were devices that assist hearing for means for aiding hearing. Splitting water molecules. Method method and apparatus for splitting water molecules. Huh. Wow. Okay. Uh, the sacred mushroom, the door to the key to eternity. Beyond telepathy. Origin of life, art of healing, Tesla's magnifying transmitter. Interesting. Effects of Tesla's Life and Electrical Inventions essay on Nikola Tesla, Sacred Mushroom. I'm going to look a little further into this. I'm going to read this book, but this dude is really interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know where I picked this book up, but I'm going to have to check it out and look a little further into it. I'll report back. Maybe we'll be on Borderlands or something later. Pick something out for dinner. Uh, all right, y'all. We'll do another one soon. I'll catch you.